Hi guys, my name is Charlie J, and I would like to welcome you all here on our channel. And of course, you are watching Cj-iTV. Video we're going to have a video comparo between the Mitsubishi Strada 2.4 liters 4x2 versus the Nissan Navara VE Calibre 2.5 liters and also a 4x2 model, both automatic and manual transmission. So we have here the overview of our two pickup trucks. So no question, both pickups are tough and good looking pickup. We're going to look at also the rear view. So you have there the nameplates of both pickup. You have there for the Navara VE Calibre, you have there the Nissan, and for the Strada you have the triple diamonds, which represents a nameplate of Mitsubishi. Strada is known to have more legroom space on the rear passenger because of its J design concept. And the rear passenger's backrest is a little bit inclined compared to the Navara. But the Navara is known to have a better riding comfort because of its multi-link rear suspension. So more on this as we go on with our comparison. So we have here the specifications that we will include on our Comparo. Of course, it includes the engine and performance, economy and environment dimensions, safety and security, and of course it includes also the high technology features. We will include also the exterior and interior system, and we are going also to visit some of the car owners' review and their rating for each of the pickup trucks. Yeah, of course we will include also the prices and the price difference and possible discounts of each of the variants. And then later also we're going to conclude which of the two pickup trucks is the best and also is the one that is fitted on your preferences. So let's start our comparison. Let's start with the engine and performance. So the engine and performance, guys, includes the engine size, displacement, transmission category, and then we will be able to determine also the power and the maximum torque of the two pickup trucks. So let's start with the Strada that has 2.4 liters engine size, while the VE Calibre is a little bit larger, that has 2.5 liters. The displacement for the Strada is 2,442 cc, and while the Navara has 2,488 cc. For the transmission of the Strada, you have there the 6-speed automatic transmission with paddle shifter, and for the Navara 7-speed automatic transmission with manual mode. And for the manual transmissions, both have 6 speeds, and we're going to check the maximum output or the power of two different pickup trucks. So for the manual transmission, the Navara is a little bit lower, that has a power of 161 horsepower at 3,600 rpm, while the GLS Strada is a little bit higher, that has a power of 179 horsepower at 3,500 rpm. And for the automatic transmission, it's the reverse, because the Navara VE Calibre has a little bit higher regarding about the power. It's 187 horsepower at 3,600 rpm, and while the Strada has only 179 horsepower at 3,500 500 RPM. And we will go with the maximum torque. So for the manual transmission, you have there 430 Newton meters at 2,500 RPM for the Strada, and for the Navara, it's a little bit lower. For the manual transmission, it's 403 Newton meters at 2,000 RPM. And for the automatic transmission, the Navara VE Calibre is higher at 450 Newton meters at 2000 RPM, while the Strada has 430 Newton meters at 2500 RPM. So that's all with the engine and performance, and then let's proceed to the next specification. It's the economy and environment. So for this specification, we will be able to know the fuel type, fuel capacity, the fuel consumption, the curb weight, and we will be able to determine the payload capacity. So let's start. Both are, of course, obviously, both are diesel, and the fuel tank capacity of each of the pickup trucks, you have there 75 liters for the Strada and 80 liters for the VE Calibre. The fuel consumption for the Strada is about 18 to 20 kilometers per liter, and for the Nissan Navara also is the same at 18 to 20 kilometers per liter. For the curb weight, you have there 1,810 kilograms, and for the VE Calibre is slightly heavy, that has the curb weight of 1,910 kilograms. And for the payload capacity, so the payload capacity is 945 kilograms for the Strada, and the VE Calibre is more than 1,000 kilograms. And also please take note, guys, here we will mention about the bed liner. So most of the Strada, it is always with built-in bed liner, so that means it's free. But for the Nissan Navara, you have to check with your sales agent and also the dealership, because I think the bed liner for this variant is not free. So that means you are going to buy if you wanted to have a bed liner of your pickup. So I think the price is about 11,000 to 12,000, something like that. No? So let's proceed, and let's go to now with the dimensions. So dimensions, of course, includes the length, width, height, and the wheelbase, and also the turning circle, ground clearance, and the wading depth. To start with, the length for the Strada is 5,300, and the Navara is a little bit shorter. It has the length of 5,260 millimeters. And for the width, the Navara is a little bit wider. It has 1,850 millimeters, while the Strada has only 1,815 millimeters. For the height, the Strada has 1,795, and the Navara has 1,810 millimeters. So we are going to check the wheelbase, guys. So the wheelbase is defined as the distance, the center to center distance from the front wheel to the rear wheel. So we have here for the Strada, the wheelbase has only 3,000 millimeters, and while the Navara VE Calibre is a little bit longer. So it has a wheelbase of 3,150 mm. And the turning circle, so 11.8 for the Strada and also 11.8 for the VE Calibre. So as you have observed, guys, that the wheelbase of the Navara is little bit longer compared to the Strada, but both of the pickup trucks have the same turning circle, probably because of different sizes of its wheel. So we will see later, and then we continue with the ground clearance. The Navara and the Strada have the same ground clearance, and then we are going to check the wading depth. So the wading depth is from the ground and there is a limitation on the wading depth. The wading depth definition is the ability and capability of a vehicle can operate even in flood conditions. And if above this wading depth, so that means it will damage some of your vulnerable electronic sensors and the air intake. So that means this is also very important. So we're going to check what should be the wading depth of the two pickup trucks. The wading depth of the two pickup trucks are the same, so 60 centimeters. So it's all about nearly 2 feet. So that's the maximum distance that two pickups are safe in flood conditions. All right, so we will proceed with the another specifications. It's the safety and security. So in here we will be able to determine the airbags, and then also we will include the electronic brake distribution, auto brake distribution. So in here, for the driver SRS airbag, both of the Strada and the VE Calibre are equipped with the SRS airbag. For the front passenger, both also equipped with the SRS airbag. For the side airbags, the Strada doesn't have, but there are on the VE Calibre. And also for the curtain airbags, the Strada doesn't have also, but the Nissan Navara VE Calibre has curtain airbags. So the total of the airbags for the Nissan Navara VE Calibre has a total of 6 airbags versus the Strada that has only 2 airbags. So for the knee airbag, both of the pickup trucks have no knee airbag. And for the electronic brake distribution, both are equipped with this kind of safety and security feature, and also both have auto brake distribution. And now let's continue with the safety and security. Now we're going to check the anti-lock brake system, or the ABS, immobilizer, security alarm, stability control, electronic door locks, speed sensing door locks. So ABS, both pickup trucks have this kind of safety and security feature. Immobilizer, yes, also for both pickups, and both pickups have security alarm, stability control, electronic door locks, and speed sensing door locks. To continue with the safety and security features, we have here the ISOFIX, lane departure warning, blind spot warning. We have here also the forward collision mitigation system, rear cross traffic alert warning, ultrasonic misacceleration mitigation system. So aside from the ISOFIX, guys, some other security features are called as ADAS, or ADAS, what we call as Advanced Driver's Assistance System. So we're going to check if the Navara VE Calibre or the Strada have this kind of safety features. So for the ISOFIX, no problem. Navara and the Strada have this kind of safety and security features. But for other features, the Nissan Navara VE Calibre has an intelligent forward collision mitigation with intelligent emergency braking. So there is no forward collision mitigation on the Strada. This is only offered on the higher variant on the Strada, like the Strada Athlete and the Strada GT variant. But it is very good here, very good here for the Nissan Navara VE Calibre. Even it's only a mid variant, but you have there that safety and security. It's a forward collision mitigation system. All right, so we will continue. We'll now go to the features. This will include the cruise control, the parking sensors for the front and rear parking sensors, and then we're going to go over with the upholstery, if it's leather or fabric. And then also we have here also the push start button, where we will be able to determine if the VE Calibre or Strada have already this kind of feature, no? And of course the wheel size, what are the design for each of the pickup trucks. So let's start with cruise control. Yes, both pickups have this kind of feature. Front parking sensors and rear parking sensors, there is no for both pickups. So let's take a look at the upholstery. So this is the design for the Strada and the VE Calibre. So no leather seat covers, no soft leather materials on the upholstery. This is the back seat, guys. So both are equipped with fabric seat cover. So the same also with the Navara VE Calibre, but the only difference is the color. So the Strada here has a little bit light in color, and while the Navara has a little bit dark accents on its fabric seat cover. And both also have center console armrest with bottle holders. And the Strada has two mobile charging ports at the back or the rear passenger, while the Navara has a rear aircon vents. Okay, so let's see also if both have the push start button. So for the Strada, it's a push start button, and while the Navara is using the traditional ignition key system. For the wheel size, so the wheel size are different design. For the Strada, you have there the 18 inches, and the size is 265/60R18, while the Navara has 17 inches, 255/65R17. And to continue with the features, so we have here the air conditioning system, infotainment system, connectivity, navigation ready, and the warranty. So for the Strada, you have single zone electronic automatic temperature controller, while the Navara has dual zone electronic automatic temperature controller, also with rear vents. So we're going to take a look at the air conditioning system. So you have there the control for the air conditioning system. The Strada is a single zone, as what I have mentioned, electronic automatic temperature controller, and while the Navara has dual zone and also with rear vents. And I think we already have mentioned this. We have two mobile charging ports at the rear passenger, and the Navara that has rear aircon vents. For the entertainment system or the infotainment system, so you have there in the middle. So as we can see, guys, we have different design on the infotainment system. So here the Navara is a little bit more advanced because it is facelifted just 2021, and while the Strada is a little bit outdated because the Strada GLS was facelifted last 2019. So there it is, guys. We have a 7-inch touchscreen LCD with navigation ready, and for the Navara, it's 8-inch touchscreen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. But the difference also is there is no navigation ready for the Navara. So in this case, the Strada has an edge when it comes to navigation. So you have there, as I have mentioned, it's a 7-inch touchscreen with navigation ready, and for the Navara, it's a 8-inch advanced touchscreen, and both have 6 speakers. For the connectivity, the Navara has advantage also because it has already Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, And for the navigation ready, no for the Navara, and yes for the Strada. And for the warranty, so 3 years or 100,000 kilometers for the Strada, while the VE Calibre has 5 years or 150,000 kilometers, whichever comes first. And now we will go to the features that includes keyless entry, roof rack, electronic adjustable seats, power steering, power windows, power outlet, steering wheel, audio control. So let's start with the keyless entry. So the difference, guys, for the Strada and the Navara is this. So both are keyless entry, but for the Strada, it's Smartmatic keyless entry, while the Navara is non-Smartmatic keyless entry. So the difference here is the push button. So if you want to unlock or lock the door of the Strada, you just push on the door handles, and even if the key fob is on your pocket, then you can unlock or lock the door of your Strada, while the Navara doesn't have this kind of feature. Okay, and for the roof rack, both pickup trucks doesn't have this kind of feature. And electric adjustable seats, there is no also for Navara and the Strada. So for the power steering, so you have here hydraulic control and also hydraulic control for the Nissan Navara. Power windows, yes for both pickups, the power outlet, and also the steering wheel audio control. So speaking about the steering wheel audio control, we are going to compare the two variants. So we have here the steering wheel for the Strada and for the VE Calibre. So hydraulic control power steering for the Strada, and also the same with the Navara. But as you can see here, guys, the Strada has a paddle shifter, while the Navara doesn't have this paddle shifter. So the paddle shifter can be used if you want to have a manual shifting on your transmission. And to proceed with, we're going to visit the technology. So technology here includes active park assist, hill start assist, hill descent control, and mobility. So active park assist, the both pickup don't have this technology feature. Hill start assist, yes, and hill descent control also for both for the pickup trucks. For the mobility, the Strada has reverse camera, and also the VE Calibre has a reverse camera. So the 360 overview, guys, has been stripped off on the VE Calibre. So the 360 overview camera is only offered on the VL and the Pro 4X, I think. So the VE Calibre now has only the reverse camera, the same also with the Mitsubishi Strada. And to continue with the suspension, for the front suspension are the same, independent double wishbone with bar stabilizers and shock absorbers. But the difference here is on the rear suspension. The Strada has an elliptic lift spring with shock absorbers, but the Navara has the rear multi-link suspension. It uses the coil spring with bar stabilizers and course shock absorbers. So this is the difference in the rear suspension that makes it more advanced. Or I mean, when it comes to riding comfort, I think the Nissan Navara has an advantage over the Strada here because it is using the coil spring, and while the Strada is only using the lift spring with shock absorbers. But I think nowadays the Strada, even it is using the elliptic lift spring with shock absorbers, but because of the bigger shock absorbers, I think the ride comfort also of the Mitsubishi Strada now has already been improved. So I think it can compete also the riding comfort to the Nissan Navara VE Calibre. So we're going to continue, guys. So to visit the exterior system, tailgates and taillights, so you may have here the tailgates of the Mitsubishi and the Nissan Navara. So for the tailgates of the Strada, it doesn't have the spoiler at the tailgates, while the VE Calibre has the spoiler. And to continue also, for the taillights, you have the difference. So the Strada nameplate for the Navara here, we have the VE in the middle, and also they have differences also on the design of the taillights. So the Navara is using the quad lamps and is using the LED, while the Strada is only using the halogen. So I think here the VE Calibre is more advanced when it comes to the headlights. And for the interior system, for the instrument clusters, so the Strada is more bold and more colors, red colors, and while the Navara is a little bit lighter on its color. But both of the instrument clusters, I think, are all okay and more futuristic. So we're now going to visit, we're going to talk about the car owners review rating. So in here, for the Nissan Navara, guys, you have their 4.5 versus the Strada that has 4.6. So the Strada is a little bit higher when it comes to the car owners review. So we're going to know why is it that the Navara has only 4.5 and while the Strada has 4.6. So when it comes to fuel economy, the Strada is 4.7 while the Navara is only 3.9. So I think based on our review, they are the same with 18 to 20 kilometers per liter. But on the actual, I don't know with the Nissan Navara. But I am sure that the Strada has a better fuel economy. And also the driving performance, because of the curb weight, the Strada has a light curb weight compared to the Navara. So that also and it may contribute to the driving performance of the Strada. The Strada has higher driving performance compared to the Navara. And for the comfort, you have the 4.7, which is very high for the VE Calibre, and also the Strada here is only 4 out of 5 because it is using the coil spring. But I think, guys, this one is very low. But in actual, if you just adjust the tire pressure of the front and the rear wheels, rear tires, at about 32 psi, and also the rear wheels also with 32 psi, I think the riding comfort will be improved. And for the styles and looks, 4.8, the same also with the Strada and the Navara. And then interior features, 4.5 for the Strada and 4.4 for the VE Calibre. So interior space, 4.7 for the Strada and interior space 4.4 for the VE Calibre. So probably, guys, it's because of the J design concept of the Strada. I think it has a better legroom space, and the backrest of the rear passenger is more inclined because of its J design concept. So probably that's one of the reasons why the interior space is higher to the Strada compared to the Nissan Navara. So once again, the rating here is 4.6 for the Strada and 4.5 for the Nissan Navara. And of course, we're going to talk about the prices. So the prices are, for the Strada manual transmission, you have there 1,250,000, while the VE Calibre is 1,246,000. And for the automatic transmission for the Strada, 1,325,000, while the VE Calibre automatic transmission has a price of 1,336,000. So prices difference. So for the manual transmission, guys, you have there 4,000, and 11,000 for the automatic transmission. I think that's all, guys. No, that's all about my opinion regarding about the Strada and also the VE Calibre. So I hope I was able to help you out to determine and to differentiate and to compare the two pickup trucks based on the specifications that we have mentioned. So it's up to you, and I hope that it help you decide, no, what's the specifications that fitted on your preferences. So either you choose the Strada or the VE Calibre. I think the two pickup trucks are a true value for money. Thank you so much, guys. My name is Charlie J once again. And if you are new to our channel, please don't forget to subscribe. And also please don't forget to click on the bell notification button so that if we upload another video comparo, then you will be always updated. So once again, thank you so much. My name is Charlie J. And of course, you're watching Cj-iTV.